Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of this video, it is going to be another 21 Pilots related video for you guys, but it is including two of my favorite people on the internet, Jake Allen, previously known as Stolen Potential, and Jake Dello. They're both equally amazing. We've been internet friends, all of us, for quite some time now. 21 Pilots brought us together, and they said yes to collabing with me. We're going to talk about the new era, Scaled and Icy, what we think, theories, comments, opinions, just on everything that we know so far. That's what I have in store for you guys today. So if you want to see that, keep watching. Thank you guys for being here, and I hope you guys enjoy it. What's up, you guys? I'm here with the two. Well, you guys are on these sides of me, but
you go first, Jake. You go first.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Jake.
It's Jake and Jake.
Stolen Potential.
Formerly
Also
Stolen
Jake,
Potential.
Jake Dello.
Hey, I was actually gonna ask you about that. You changed your name. What is the story behind that?
For me, just Stolen Potential was just representative of me in a different phase of life, and so I think it's more. Using my name is more true to who I am now, and I've seen that like other filmmaker, and I don't call myself a filmmaker, but like filmmakers I aspire to on YouTube and other platforms like use their name too. So I'm like, all right, I just want to be like me, and that's just the heart behind that change. So still very nostalgic about the name Stolen Potential, but that's why I changed it.
Yeah, I feel like I used to like differentiate you guys that way. I'm like Stolen Potential Jake, Jake. Like that was the way to do it. But
the two Jakes.
Yeah,
Jake's weird.
So what about you? Are you coming back to YouTube? Is the new era like inspiring you at all to want to come back to?
Well, like I said before we started filming, I've been very busy with accounting work, not the funnest stuff right now, so I haven't had a lot of time to film things, and my camera's been broken, and my mom was actually going to take it to the camera store to fix it, and then Corona hit literally that week, so I haven't had a chance to get it fixed yet, so I'm using that as an excuse still. But yeah, I definitely do want to get back one day. Like, I miss it. It's so fun making videos. You know, I made TikToks, and I'm like, I wish I could film some YouTube stuff, but I just haven't had a chance. But yeah,
I'm sure that everyone would love to see you back on YouTube, so I know we would.
Thank you.
We're down.
Yeah, well, we got to make more collab videos like this, so maybe we'll have to.
Yeah, for sure. So we're gonna talk about the new era, new 21 Pilots era. Anyone have any like initial thoughts as soon as like you just heard about everything? Like, what were you thinking?
You can go, Jake.
I was gonna say
like, I don't know.
No, yeah, I can go first. So yeah, I mean, first aesthetically, like definitely not what I was expecting for a Trench 2 album or like a continuation of the story they've been setting up. And technically, this is the third of the trilogy, I guess.
Yeah. With
Blurry Face being the first. And yeah, just very bizarre, like very like 80s. Like magazine aesthetic, like you would see that like a magazine or like a Macy's ad or something in the 80s. I think it's because I'm reserving judgment to see like what the actual concept of the album is and like how they're going to continue this like propaganda thing, because obviously it is like trying to come off as propaganda, and so it's very fitting in that way, but I'm just wanting to see more of the themes behind that as well, and like where the songs will take that and how it'll further the story.
I think the one thing that like stood out to me the most was like the color, like the aesthetic, like you said, because Trench was not, even Blurry Face wasn't like, it was just like darker colors, like just the whole vibe was like just dark. Like I don't even know what other word to use, but just like the sound and the colors and everything. So I feel like the way that it looks right now, it's like meant to like catch us off guard and be like, what is this? Like, this isn't even 21 Pilots. What about you, other Jay?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, it dropped out of nowhere for me. I was just studying one day, and all of a sudden, a single came out, and I was like, whoa, this is a little crazy. And I remember you sent me the picture of the album dropping May 21st. I literally thought someone photoshopped that. I was like, there's no way. There's no way something's happening already. But yeah, it honestly came out of nowhere, and I really didn't know what to expect at first. What their like new genre was gonna be, what their new album was gonna be. Scaled and Icy, you hear it out loud, you're like, what could that even be about?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But like seeing the logo change, like the Shy Away, that's kind of a different sounding song. So I can't really like pick up a vibe just yet. So we'll have to see until the album comes out to really get the full picture. But you know, it's exciting. It'll be different. It's always different. So
for sure.
We'll see. I'm excited for it though. And the album's coming out May 21st, which is one day before my birthday.
Nice.
And Boston Calling was on May 21st when I went to that. So, you know,
whoa,
good things on May 21st, I guess.
It's crazy you say you thought it was like Photoshop, because I thought the same thing when I saw the 3 pictures where it was like, you know, like, I was like, wait, but like, how would someone Photoshop this? Like, these pictures are new. Like, where would you even
get
these?
hair too, like Tyler long hair. It's crazy.
And then, like jumping and everything. I'm like, they couldn't find those on the internet.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, that's the only reason why I would believe it. But otherwise, I really thought it was like a fan made thing. It was crazy.
It's just so like counter to what we were expecting, which is. For
they
better or for
purposely
worse.
did it like that. They
definitely.
But that also, like, I kind of thought, I like just thinking this right now, like, since I feel like we're theorizing that this album isn't technically 21 Pilots, I feel like maybe that's why they didn't release things how they normally do, where it's like all these like clues and like codes and all that. Like, I'm like, maybe that's why it came out this way. Like, it just came out so abruptly that we were like, is this even them? Like, is there...
Yeah.
That's another thing, and I want to ask you guys if you think there's, like, a part 2, because I've heard that theory, that, like, this is only the first half of, like, whatever this era is. Like, have you guys heard anything about that, or what do you think about that?
I like the concept of that a lot. I just don't know how it would work on a business standpoint or, like, creative standpoint for a band. So, we'll see. I'm open to it if it happens. I think just a little, like, the slight pessimist in my brain is like, that's... Who knows? Who knows? We'll see.
I think I would believe it more for them to do something like that if it was more like an EP kind of thing that they were releasing, and then having a part 2 to that.
Jake, have you heard of the theories that like this isn't actually 21 Pilots, or like this isn't Tyler and Josh like on their own free will? Because if not, we can fill that.
Yeah,
in.
I feel like I've been saying that.
I don't think I have, but that definitely sounds like something that could be happening. Like you said, like we said when we started, it does look like propaganda, like how it's all like photoshopped like that, like the posters. I don't know. That definitely has like a vibe to it.
It's like further evidence with the logo. Like that's the thing that like kind of hit me like recently, where I was like probably like 3 or 4 days after the music video and everything. I was like, wait, they don't even have their like actual logo. It's like,
yeah, that made me like kind of sad. I was like,
it's like wow. Like, the East is up fork, but like smoothed out, and it looks like that weapon, like Psy.
Yeah.
But I'm like, but that also confuses me too, because I thought East is up was like a good symbol in that universe, that they would like reference to each other, that would represent like, hey, we're trying to get out. So yeah, but I guess maybe it's just like now twisted, and it now represents propaganda, and yeah, so and that also is evidence too, because like people are thinking like Josh is like still like has his free will trying to get Tyler out, and I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that too. But then someone made a really cool catch where every tweet announcing an album, they said, "Hey, this is your album, Vessel. This is your album, Blurry Face. This is your album, Trench, that we're releasing on this date." But this is the one time that said like, "This is our album," referencing to like them.
I didn't even notice that.
Owning it. So yeah, that's another thing where it's like, okay, like maybe it's just one of those slight tweaks that maybe shows that there's like a darker thing behind the scenes where they're more possessive over it.
About Trash.
Oh yeah.
About Trash. What do you guys think about him? Like, what do you think?
What's his deal?
Yeah, like.
I honestly, I couldn't even tell you what a track he's doing in Dima.
Was he there the whole time, or is like he in a different place that they're at now? Like, because I mean, there was never any like clues or mention of like just any other living beings, at least during the Trench era, except for.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, like was he in Dima the whole time just hanging out?
That's why I'm
in
like,
another building.
He had mentioned like the other day when we were talking about him being like a good force. I kind of at first I was like, oh my god, he's evil, like he's something that's like trying to kill them or fight them, but I'm kind of leaning more towards him being a good guy now. But I don't know how or like why.
Yeah, I immediately thought he was evil, because I mean he's on the album that represents propaganda, and I was like, well, he's just another tool used by Dima and the bishops to like, I don't know, propagate. Well, first he's breathing the color yellow, which is the good color, and all the album art and stuff. I thought like that the dragon was like surrounding them, like preventing them from escaping. But then I was like, oh, but maybe he's like surrounding them to like protect them. Who knows? I don't think that he is an evil thing. I hope not, because he's cool. I like the design of the character and everything.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And then also,
but it's so 21. Oh, I was just gonna say, so 21 Pilots to like Ned. Like, who would have thought that thing is Ned? And then there's Jason Statham, the cheetah.
Oh yeah.
And then there's what was the vulture's name? I can't remember.
Clifford.
Clifford, yeah, Clifford the vulture. It's just like, and then Trash the dragon. Like, it's so like on brand.
I was thinking right now, I'm like, the way that we're talking about this, it doesn't even sound like it's an album. Like, it's like some like.
Sounds like it's a Netflix show.
Yeah, yeah, or like some like book series that like there's just all these creatures and like good and evil. Like, it's crazy. I was actually talking to one of my best friends the other day. He's like, you know, like, I say this in the most respectful way ever, but like 21 Pilots is weird as you know what. And I was like, dude, I understand and I agree. Like, they're so weird, but like I love it. And he's like, yeah, you know, like I don't really see people putting that much effort into their music, especially now, and having like all these layers to it. A lot of people nowadays, like, they have people write their music for them. Like, I don't really see any other bands, at least not like come to mind right away, where it's just them like coming like up with the whole creative side of it and like music videos, like the concepts. Like, I don't really see that as like where it's just the band themselves like putting all that time and effort into it. Like, they're very passionate about it, and I think like that's what draws me to them a lot too, is because it's just so authentic. Like, you can tell that they actually care.
It's really impressive how integral, specifically Tyler is with like all the concepts, and I'm sure Josh has ideas as well, but it really feels like 21 Pilots is like Tyler's like brainchild.
I was gonna ask, like, did you guys see like the live show that you have to pay for?
Yeah.
That like they're doing when they release the album. Like, they said they're releasing stuff before that actually comes out. So is that gonna be like more clues on things? Or just behind the scenes stuff, do you think?
Yeah.
Well, from what the website said, it sounds like they're just performing the entire album, like, on that day. I have not gotten a ticket or anything. I'm kind of planning on it, but I've just been, like, also kind of skeptical. I don't know if you've gotten it yet, Jake, or not.
I will get it, and I'll probably get it when I see on Twitter that something cool happened. Because as of now, it looks like it's just, like, a shot, you know? But
yeah, I wasn't sure what it was exactly.
But Josh said that there will be cool things like leading up to it, to the album, and I think there are going to be like teases on that. To be honest, it kind of is overwhelming me the same way that the level of concern Scavenger Hunt overwhelmed me. Where just like so much is going on with that website, and I'm like, you guys can have this one. Like, I don't want. I do think that they will get like access to stuff early, so that Shy Away behind the scenes video actually was like uploaded like 2 days earlier for the people who paid for it, and then so they just got early access to it. Planning on asking off that day just to like be able to
chill out,
just like chill and watch it, and not have to like jump from work straight to that. Do you guys want to talk about the song?
Yes.
How do you guys feel about the song?
When it came out, I was like, wow, okay, like this like 80s vibe like we've been talking about. And someone had mentioned to me, they were like, oh, like it totally sounds like Level of Concern. And I'm like, I kind of forgot Level of Concern existed for a second.
Yeah.
No
weird
offense.
blip on the map that kind of got swept under the rug.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was a huge thing last year for sure. But not that I like just stopped listening to it, but I like totally forgot about like how that just sounded totally different. But like it definitely has the same same vibe and everything.
I definitely pick up like the 80s vibes on that as well. And I have a bunch of friends who don't necessarily like 21 Pilots, but they love the Level of Concern. Like, we'll be playing video games and they'll play, Jake, put on the 21 Pilots quarantine song. That's what they call it.
Oh,
and
no
then
way.
I sent them the new song and they didn't like it. And I was like, wow, I'm surprised, because like it is a similar vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh, that's weird.
That's interesting.
Level of Concern definitely like got to a larger audience, I think, because a lot more people that I know that, like you said, aren't necessarily fans are just like, whoa, this is a really good song, which was cool, because I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah, they make good music.
Yeah, it's just like when French was like, you know, a mature extension, and then I felt like a lot of music reviewers that I watched who talked about it like now had to take 21 Pilots seriously, and it was like, this is a very validating thing as a fan, you know? Like, that's what kind of Level of Concern was as well. For me, like, I definitely see, like, that 80s, like, disco aesthetic as well, especially in the music video. And then early, like, 2000s, like, pop punk, too. Early All-American Rejects vibes, like, when the drums, like, slow down, and it's, like, very rhythmic. That same day it came out, I was coincidentally like in two different friends' cars on like carpooling to something, and both times I described it, I was like, yeah, it's like a fun anthem. It's like it's a fun bop, but it's not like super deep for 21 Pilots. Like, it's not the lead single I was expecting, and like both times I described it, I was kind of not like bashing it, but just like down on it a little bit. But then they're like, all right, well, let's just play it. And then both times we played it, I was like, this is way better than what I was describing. Like, I for whatever reason, I'm just like kind of down on it. And I don't know why. But then actually when I'm listening to it, like, this is a vibe. Like, I like this. It's just so different from what I was expecting. So I think that's where the discrepancy is.
Yeah, definitely.
It was definitely one of those songs that sometimes there's just those songs that you hear for the first time and you're like, okay, like, that's cool. But like, I've listened to it, I don't know how many times. Like, I just have to keep listening to it because I'm like, I want it to like grow on me and just like stick with me. But like, every time I listen to it, I'm like, yeah, this is a good song. Like, it's better than I initially thought it was. And
Same.
That happened with a lot of songs on Trench with me too, though. Like, I didn't really like My Blood at first. I don't really know why. Please don't come for me. But like,
I know the same. I know, that's like one of your favorite songs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that one. I love that one.
No, I felt that's a good comparison. I felt the exact same way to My Blood. I was just like, yeah, it's a feel good song.
Yeah,
it's fun. Yeah. But then like, yeah, I think it was my most streamed song on of 2020. Like, on Spotify.
Mine was pretty much the same. Like, I listened to it, and like for a leading single, I thought like at first I thought it would be better. Same thing as you, Jake. But like I remember like Trench Jumpsuit came out. I was working as a camp counselor, and I was like I was doing like media art, so I was teaching the kids how to like make movies and stuff. And some kid was on his computer. I was like, turn on 21 Pilot Jumpsuit right now. I told him we're both listening to it. We're both like, yeah, baby. And I was telling them all about Trench and like all the clues and stuff. And the little kid thought it was awesome. I still remember that. It was so funny. But then Shy Away came. Like, obviously, it's not as intense as a song like Jumpsuit. So I was, like, disappointed in that. But, after a couple times, it grew on me. So, like, yeah, I agree. It's a vibe.
What do you guys think? Do you think it's more where the song doesn't really have any, like, levels to it? Like, do you think it's more just, like, a clear message? Or, like, what do you guys think about it? Because I have, like, an idea, but want to hear what you guys think.
Like, you mean in the lyrics?
Yeah, like, what if it's what it sounds like, it's just this like fun song.
Tyler has mentioned briefly that it's like about encouraging his brother and his brother's music career.
Oh.
Because he's starting to drop music now, and he's like, dude, like, just get out there and go get it. But also at the same time, like with every 21 Pilot song, there's like a surface level meaning, but then also in the context of everything else, it could be three different things. So I'm sure there's a deeper, I mean, the shed your skin part, that kind of thing makes me think of like Trash the Dragon. I was like, that's kind of like a serpent thing, and that probably sheds his skin. That's probably why he put that lyric in there. But in the context of like his brother, like shed your modesty, like just be confident in your talent, you know?
I thought it was a fun song too. I didn't really like think too deep into like what could it mean for like Dima and stuff like that, but yeah, there's always something.
Do you guys have any, I know I have a couple, but do you guys have any specific like wants for the album, Skilled and Icy, when it comes out, or like what you want to see in it? Any expectations? Any things that you hope they don't do? That's amazing.
I hope, like I said, I love Jumpsuit. I love Ode to Sleep. I love Heavy Dirty Soul. I want another banger like that on the album.
On the first track. Yeah, those are all first tracks.
Has to be a first track.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they don't have that, I'll be so sad, but they definitely will.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I mean, that's definitely like, for sure, like, you want that first song to just be like, oh my gosh, like, we're about to get into it, like, just like to hype you up, but like, I think about that and I'm like, okay, but like, what if this isn't really them? Like, I just keep going back to that.
Yeah, that's true. It could be like completely different this time.
Yeah, and I was thinking too, I'm like, are all the other songs gonna sound similar to Shy Away? Like, are there gonna be like like a ballad or something? Like, I don't know. It's just, what do you guys
somber
think
song at the end, like normal.
Yeah.
Like they could be breaking away from all of that.
Yeah, no, they definitely could.
I always want artists to like grow and evolve, but 21 Pilots is the one where I'm like, but I like the way you're doing it so much, and you're doing it.
It's not even like they're doing the same thing, like same format, yes, but like each song in like every album, they have a little bit of everything.
Radically different.
So I hope it's like that still.
I'm looking at the track list, and they have Good Day is the first, which also, like, looking at all of these tracks, none of them, well, it was very strange. But again, like, the Trench era, I looked at the track list then, and I was like, no, these don't make sense, aside from, like,
you hear a word, it's like,
like, Leave the City. But now I'm like, okay, like, I like all of those songs.
Well, like, Chlorine, what is that?
Yeah, Chlorine. I literally was like, what a dumb title. And now it's like the biggest song from the album.
That's my favorite one. It's my favorite one.
Whoa, whoa. Okay,
wait, I didn't pull this up. I didn't even know that they were released.
Yeah, so we have Shy Away.
Oh.
The Outside, which I'm assuming is Outside Dima. That could be a lore concept song, which I'm excited about. Saturday, Never Take It. Okay, and then Mulberry Street, which, again, weird title, but this song is almost 7 minutes long. It's 6 minutes and 38 seconds.
Wait, they have the timestamps on it?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like I hope it's like an Ode to Sleep vibe where it's like a bunch of different songs.
Yeah,
a bunch of different sounds. That'd be awesome.
Bounce Man, which I don't understand, but that is kind of reminding me of like when I saw Pet Cheetah. Like,
oh yeah.
Bounce Man, Pet Cheetah, what? No Chances, and then Redecorate. That song is almost 6 minutes long. So they have a couple like long songs on it. They have 3 longer songs. 539, 638, and 544.
Those all like, they sound fake though, but we're like
saying
that now.
But they're real. They're confirmed. But yeah, that kind of leads to like the first thing that I want from this album is like, I want a diverse like set of tracks. Like I want like every single album has been super diverse. There's always like a reggae thing. There's always a rap song or elements of rap. And I'm hoping that they're not just like jumping on the trend of like 80s synthwave, like pop or like that trend that a bunch of artists are doing. But a lot of other artists have done that very well. But I'm just hoping that they're not like just jumping on it for the sake of it and all their songs are going to be like that. I don't think so, but because they're 21 Pilots, so like there was literally a meme of like, what is the genre of 21 Pilots? Because they're all over the place.
I definitely, like expectation-wise, want a music video where if this isn't them, I'm just like, I'm theorizing that, but like I really want that to be true.
Mm-hmm.
And like for them to kind of, or not Tyler and Josh, but for like Dima to be like exposed in a way. Like in a music video where it's like they're kind of like puppets, I guess.
I think one evidence of that of 21 Pilots like not being themselves is you can see it way more clearly in the behind the scenes video, but there is like the logo that they're wearing is like the new logo, but it's attached on safety pins, and it's obvious that it's covering something up. So I think that it's covering up the real logo, which hasn't been revealed yet, the new logo. And so there's like these big safety pins, and it's just like a patch, but it's not actually part of the jacket. So I'm assuming it's just like put on over the old logo or the updated new logo that we'll see later. That's what I hope.
It'd be cool if there's more music videos where like it's like My Blood, where it might not directly be them, and seeing like other characters. That'd be cool. Yeah. I wonder if they're gonna do like more of that.
Yeah. And the whole Clancy thing too. I wonder if we'll get stuff with Clancy. If they're setting this up as like a True Trench 2 or continuation of this trilogy, I want to see like a clear effort of like pushing that forward in music videos, especially a month and a week.
Yeah.
Week and a month.
It's coming up.
It's gonna be crazy. Fly by. And it's the last time I wore this intentionally because it's like ushering out the trench era, and
I know. I'm like, they're gonna make me just buy blue and pink now. So
I feel like this hoodie's close enough. It's like a muted blue.
Close
enough. Hey, maybe I can wear this.
Yeah, I'm like, I tried to do these pink lights, but they look purple in the screen, so like, I promise they're pink. I tried. I'm like, nothing looked like the colors, but like, I honestly love the colors that they're doing. So.
Yeah, I just know, like, aside from all of my hesitations, I know that I'll like it over time. It's just like the weird in-between limbo part where I'm like, just how I felt with Trench, where I'm like, oh my gosh, like, are they going to stick the landing? I was really nervous about it. I was like,
it's always nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
My brother said that too. He's like, I don't want 21 Pilots to release any more music. I'm like, why? He's like, I don't want them to end on a bad note, like somewhere. I'm like, they're not gonna.
Yeah.
I was like, you got to trust the boys. That's what I told him.
No, I agree. I think they will stick the landing. I think we will like it. Just like every other album.
Any concluding thoughts this time? I know I said that like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. It's been fun. Good chat.
Yeah. No, we'll do it again. We'll do it again once more stuff comes out.
Once the album comes out. Yeah. That's
I think we should like do like a rating of the new album. I know we did that like last time we did it. We were just like, oh, what's your favorite song?
We did it for fun. We didn't even make it into a video. We literally ranked like everything.
We should do that for sure.
Our favorite songs from each album. Now if once this video goes up, people are gonna be like, oh, we want that video. Like,
Straight
the
up.
Snyder cut, but for the just like the top tuber cut.
Alright guys, that was it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed that pretty lengthy one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please go check out both the Jakes Squared. I'm gonna have their channels linked below for you guys to go subscribe and show them some love, and also get Jake Dello back on the internet because we need his content too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you have not already to my channel for more 21 Pilots stuff, music stuff, random stuff that I want to just post on this channel. Leave your comments below about the new 21 Pilots era, what you guys are thinking is going to happen, what you're most excited about, or just anything that we talked about. But yeah, this was so much fun. Thank you to both Jakes again for just being a part of my channel. I'm really glad that we could do this, and hopefully you guys will see more content from us in the future. Peace and love, you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Testing 1 2 3. Can you show your video really quick? Say something. Okay, that's not the band.